Here you go. You weren't interested in the pellets. You want the mealworms? Yep. Hi, Brooklyn babe. Yeah, yeah, I'm live. Got kind of bored, and I cleaned pig pens, everything really good the day before yesterday. And much like a cat, he comes swimming over, seen there wasn't any food, and took a shit right in the middle of that rock. Hi, Kathy Rebuilds. Brooklyn says hi, Pigpen. I try to use that little ring floating up there to keep the food in, and it works for the most part. Some he spits out, comes out on the outside, but whatever, it works for the most part. Oh, he's good. He's good. Eating like usual. Um, he's kind of picky lately. I got him some dried shrimp. I have to soak them and see if he likes them better. But he took them the first day and then stopped. I think they're just too big and hard, so I'm going to try soaking them in water. I found some dried silver sides, which people raise them for fish food and freeze them. Um, but I found some dried ones. He doesn't seem to like those either, whether I rehydrate them or not. I'm going to try making my own fish food for him. Mash some peas up and then grind up the dry fish and some of the shrimp in with it. Yeah, yeah. He's kind of spoiled. I think that's the problem. But I'll take some shrimp and cut it up, and then I got a mini little food chopper thing. I can mash it up with some of the mealworms, some of the pellets, peas. He likes peas. Doesn't like carrots. Um, I'm not sure. I think I can give him sweet potato, but we haven't had any of those to try. So I'll look up what other vegetables he'll eat. I think blueberries, but I want to make sure first. Mm-hmm. He's definitely spoiled. Acts like a brat sometimes too, probably because he is spoiled. But it's okay. Just picking at it and spitting it out. You want to try a shrimp, dude? See one of these without a head. You gonna eat it? And let it go. Grab it. It's edible, dude. No? Alright. See? That was shrimp. Isn't it good? No? You fucking prick. I thought he was going to eat that shrimp. I was wrong. Oh, he's going back for it. Did he grab it? Alright. Nope. He spit it back out. He chewed it up, though. Now it's mangled pieces. Hey, Potts. What's up, buddy? Hi, Misty. Show that. Somebody else got it. Cool. Yeah, it's pretty basic, but it suits him just fine. I made the filter with a couple of pumps and a plastic planter and a couple ice cream tubs. I have a few ideas on how to streamline it a little bit. I'm going to implement soon, but we'll see. But yeah, got some plants growing in there to help out with keeping it clean. No, I haven't, Potts. I've been to the one they have in San Antonio, but the Shed Aquarium is fucking world famous. Oh. Oh, hi, Thunder. Yeah, I wouldn't mind having one of them big-ass aquarium exhibits for a tank. I just have to have a whole other room for the filter, probably. Oh, I think he likes the extra flow from the canister filter. He's been a lot more active, less moody. I noticed the catfish come out more often too. Yeah, definitely that last part. I mean, you could skimp on lots of stuff, but some things you just can't, and yeah, those things aren't cheap. Kind of convenient for the industry anyway. Yeah, you really don't want to rush too much, BB. Like, people like want to just buy the tank and the fish and everything and set everything up when they get home. I used some beneficial bacteria to jumpstart my cycle, but I still let it run for a couple of weeks. And then I added like 2 fish that were like $3 a piece, I think. A couple of neons, and they were a week with no issues, and then I got some more, and then I just filled the tank, put what I was going to put in it. But yeah, take it slow. That's the best way. Make sure your water is cycled. It's not, just fresh out of the fucking tap. Even if you have well water, it might not be good. Well, you ate everything but the pellets, dude. I don't know if you want a couple more worms, or... I probably could put a piranha in their pots if it was big enough. They're a schooling fish. They feel safer in with numbers. So one by itself would probably be a skittish fish that probably didn't fuck with him too much. I'm not sure if they're legal in this state anymore. I knew a kid who had some when I was in high school. But they have freshwater moray eels. And if I had like a 150, I would get one of those. It looks just like a miniature version of the ones in the ocean. They're pretty badass. I wouldn't want to get bit by it, that's for sure. It's kind of like having a gar, but with a shorter mouth. But yeah, there's all kinds of cool eels that you could get these days anyway. I had I think it was called a peacock eel. It was only supposed to get about 7 or 8 inches long, but it didn't last that long in my tank. I don't know if it was a sick one. I got it from PetSmart, but I didn't buy another one. They are cool though. They're actually more they're actually a type of knife fish, I think. The type of freshwater, most of freshwater eels, but still really cool. My buddy Vinny got I think a 300 gallon. He's got an arowana and he's got a flower horn in there, which is surprising because they don't generally make a good tank mate for anything. And a bunch of other shit, but he's got one of those freshwater moray eels he had to take out and give it its own. I think he got a 150 or 190 for just the eel. Because he was eating things and attacking other things. Should be good for a while. All right, girl. Yeah, these guys are fairly social. I'm kind of scared because they're known to be fairly decent parents, and they might make babies, and I don't have anyone to get rid of the babies to. It's the main reason I haven't tried hatching the angelfish eggs. I don't want to have, dozen angelfish in every tank. Some people say if you leave them alone, they'll eventually start taking care of their eggs and they'll raise up some babies themselves. So I got a 55 gallon that I'm not using right now, and I got a 75 gallon tall, which is basically the same footprint as the 55, it's only a foot deeper. Yeah, Pots, I can see that. I do that once in a while, for sure. My girl doesn't even smoke, but she yells at me because I have a tank down lower and I have a bunch of shit, on the floor in front of it, and she can't look at that one. She likes that one better, I think. I think she just likes watching all the different types of fish interacting and shit. But yeah, I gotta do something. Maybe build some shelves in the closet. And I can leave the floor clear for her to look at this fish tank. Well, it's on the floor too, though. It's kind of a pain in the ass to look at from her side of the bed. Talk her into building another table. I got enough lumber to build another stand for it. I could put the 40 gallon on its own stand and use that for storage again. The underneath. Thanks for stopping by, Potts. Have a good night, bro. Well, you can see him wiggling around in there. The catfish haven't been coming out. This guy likes to lay down upside down in there. I don't know if the other one does it under this big rock, but the biggest one hides out under there. I don't know what you want, dude. Yeah. You're still acting like you're hungry, but you're not eating anything that you have in there. Yeah, you're not eating any of it. You're just looking at it. Like a kid pushing his broccoli around the plate. Yeah, I think when I added this small canister filter on and put a spray bar, so there's a black bar with a well, it's a pipe with a bunch of holes to push water evenly out of it across the whole width of the tank. I think he likes it better than the flow I had in there before, which is just from the water returning from the filter and being pumped into the pumps. Yeah, it's the fish tanks, Hunter. That's how I know when to clean them. My girlfriend says that too. But I'm gonna get one bigger pump here instead of these two smaller ones, and maybe rig an overflow so it'll skim the top, and then I can use those pumps for other things. I'll use one to move water because it'll be quieter than the canister filter, and the other one I'll use to do water changes because it sucks lifting 5-gallon buckets chest high. Hi Pegasus, it's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Just, same thing as always. What are you doing, Bella? I'm good, Pegasus. How are you? Yeah, he's pretty cool. If I had some fucking shrimp thawed out, he jumps out of the water for that. He really likes shrimp. Hi, Spirit. Thanks for stopping by, sweetie. And there's Pigpen. Doing his thing. What you looking to get there? Yeah, he's pretty fun. Sometimes he'll freak himself out. He'll grab onto my finger. No, I got a couple there, like multi-use pumps. You could take that head off. This whole thing is a head. You could take that off and the impeller out. And there's another, it's literally like a fan you put in there, and then you put a different cover on, and you can use it as a water circulator. You could use it like that with a filter. I had sponges, but they get clogged quick because of this messy bastard. I took the filters off, or the sponges off, but one of them is like 295 gallons, so two of them is just shy of 600 an hour. So it gives me just enough to filter this. I'm getting, I think it's 800 gallons an hour, which will make it a little bit better. But I'll have to re-jerry rig my media holder up there that holds the sponges and stuff, because that's kind of flimsy. So I might get some plumbing and just hard plumb it to make it easy. What's up, Rocky? And then I built the rest of it. It's like an overhead sump. It's a 3 foot long. Well, a little, no. That's yeah, it is 3 foot long. That's right. Plastic planter from Home Depot. It was like 15 bucks. Drilled a hole. Put some plumbing parts in there for an overflow and a return. Works good. Dude, dude, if you fucking do that, it will look badass. Um, uh, there's a YouTube channel called Aquarium Co-op. They have a website. Um, I got a plant called Vallisneria. It looks like grass, and it'll grow right to the top of the fucking water. You'll have to cut it back, or it'll shade out the bottom too much. But it'll look badass with some small fish in a 55 and just a forest of fucking long green grass. It'll grow in almost anything too. But that would look badass, dude. I got a 55. Actually, I have a 75 that's a 55-gallon footprint. It's the same, dimensions on the bottom, the floor, but it's almost 3 feet deep. I was thinking of doing it with that. I gotta reseal it and shit, but it would look badass. Yeah, see, you could fucking do it right now, man. Yeah, it does. It basically self propagates. It'll put runners off like a son of a bitch. I put 2 plants in my tank downstairs. I'll have to post pictures, but before it sprung a leak and I had to take everything out to reseal it, I had that carpeted my whole fish tank. It fucking killed out a few other plants, and I had to keep the front trimmed down so it wouldn't kill out the rest. But that shit is worth its weight in gold as long as you keep up with the maintenance. I just let it grow wild, so I didn't. I should have kept up with it a little better. I had other tanks to put the runners in, but I kind of liked the way it looked. Except like every fucking month I'd have to spend a half an hour in there cutting to make sure I could give the other plants. I didn't want it to kill more light, but it was awesome. I have a little bit of it left. I'm hoping the little bit takes, but I don't know. But yeah, I bought some from Aquarium Co-op, and I didn't follow the guy's recommendation and do a peroxide treatment to the roots and the plant to make sure there were no snails or snail eggs on it. So I got a snail infestation. So then I ended up having to buy other snails that would eat the snail infestation, and I got a dozen, put 6 in each of my tanks, the 2 that had snails, and now I have an infestation of the assassin snails. I gotta find places that want them. They seem to like the 40-gallon best of all, but that's got a lot of plants and shit in it. A lot of places for them to breed. There's a lot of house plants growing in the top, but there's all kinds of shit growing in there too. I gotta scrape the glass, don't mind that. But there's a Nubius, and there's some of that Vallisneria right there. That one is actually getting bigger, and it is sending off some runners. I should get some of that, but those are the assassin snails. I probably should have just put 2 in each tank, but I got a dozen. But I don't have the fucking pond snails, which kind of suck because they did do a good job cleaning. But there were about 100,000 of them bastards, so they should do a good fucking job cleaning. Just the only real issue is they breed so fast. Oh, pig pen. What are you looking for, dude? You spit the shrimp out twice. I'm not trying to give you another one of those. You want to try one of these dried silver sides? A nice little one, so it doesn't deter you too much. I doubt you'll even try it, but there you go. Oh, you're coming up for it. You gonna grab it? try it anyway. It might be tasty. Nope. Yeah, he's growing really fucking fast. I don't know, to me it kind of seems like he's slowed down and evened out a little bit in how fast, but other days I think I'm fooling myself. Like, he's still getting big fairly quick. But I did do some research before I got them, and they're supposed to grow an inch a year the first year. Well, an inch a month the first year, so like a foot within their first year. He's 8 inches, and I think he's just at 6 months since I've had him. So, yeah, he was doing about an inch and a half a month the first couple of months, honestly. But yeah, my kid and my girlfriend won't feed him the shrimp anymore because he jumps out, and he scared the shit out of both of them. Yeah, they get pretty good sized eyes. They look kind of goofy the bigger they get. Yeah, it's average for them to have big old fucking eyes like that. It kind of gives them part of that puppy dog feel. They come up, look at you with a big old fucking round eye. You gonna try the fish now? Nope. Stop short. Yeah, it's good, dude. You should try it. You wanna go look at it again? Let me move it. Oh, what a bastard. No? Not interested. That's a no-go. Thanks for being here, Kelly. Yo, East Coast Ghost, what's up, brother? How's it going, man? Damn, it's almost like we got the old fucking band back together. Dude, you look like you're trying to win a staring contest. Shit. I think that was it. Shit. Yeah, I'm good now. Attitude adjusted. Oh, shit. Oh, dude, awesome. What kind you get? You like it better than the old car? Yeah, bro, fucking... I know you earned that, motherfucker. Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's a fucking nice car, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, whenever we get a new car, it seems like that's what we end up with is a white one, too. Yo, Colt, what's up, buddy? Thanks for stopping by, man. No, yeah, there he comes. I gave him food. He picked at it. I gave him new food that he's not really too keen on to see if he would try it, and he hasn't. And now he just keeps looking at the food that he picked through, hoping it's going to change into something better, I guess. I don't fucking know. Yo, Monkey Man, what's up, bro? Thanks for stopping in, bud. Yeah, if I see you live, bro, I'll come over and say hi. Yeah, I've been good. I've been good, Monkey Man and Craig. I kind of feel like he's judging us for watching him so much. Like, what's wrong with you, creepy bastards? Yeah, uh, stopped in the PetSmart the other day. Oh, sweet. Yeah, man. That'll be awesome. And I saw an almost all black Oscar. I was going to grab that fucker, but I didn't want my my girlfriend to notice and not be happy with me, so I'll wait a little while. Like I said, I'd rather have a bigger tank to put them both into before I got him another one, or before I got him a friend. Because I bought this before he was big enough for it, this tank. And then I bought the fish. Because I knew I'd have to grow them out, and I had that spare 20 gallon. But yeah, 2 months he lasted in there, so I didn't get the 4 months I was hoping out of it. Which is fine, because I had a bigger tank for him, so... that's what I want to do before I get another Oscar. I'm looking every day. I check Marketplace for one affordable and close. I've yet to find one that's both. Yeah, yeah. He kind of does. Halloween, Harley, the black and gold, or orange. Alright, Misty, thanks. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, man, you could find a lot of good deals on there. I mean, I got this 75 gallon for 40 bucks. I mean, I showed up at dude's house at 11 o'clock at night, and like, yeah, for 40 bucks. He's like, dude, people said they were coming to get it and haven't. Uh, if you could come tonight, I don't care if they come tomorrow with the money or not. If you come with the 40 bucks tonight, you can have it. I'm like, I'm fucking on my way, dude. Like, I even know what fucking street you live on. I used to live in your town. So it was all good. He was fucking 3 houses down from where my fucking cousin used to live. So I knew the street. But yeah, fucking... I went and got the 75 tall for... I forget, I think it was 70 bucks the guy wanted for that. I probably should have left it. Hi, Captain. Thanks for stopping by again. It's good to see you as always. Just got him, Craig. I checked in a store for a brand new 75 gallon is like 300 bucks. Just the tank. I think it might come with a lid, but yeah, if I could save $260, I'm happy as fuck. I don't need a lid. Could always make a lid. No, not yet. I'm looking for one, but I bought the 75 before I bought him. Like, I wanted to make sure I had at least a tank big enough for him before, him as an adult, because, I mean, I have a 40, I got the 70 downstairs, but he would have ate all my Tetras, and then he would have been able to potentially choke on a Corridor or a Pleco. So, no, but I'm always looking for, I want at least a 125. 150 would be ideal with the right dimensions. If it was 6 foot long by 2 foot deep, or wide by 2 foot deep, that would be perfect. I think that's a 150. But yeah, I would love to have that as soon as I have room. But that's got to go downstairs. I got 115 or so on the second floor. Well, more than that, because I got a 20 gallon, so like 135 gallons of water sitting in glass boxes on the second floor of my house, which kind of sketches me out when I think too much about it. This house is fucking old. I don't really trust the floors all that much. I do have them right up against the walls, and they are load-bearing walls, so like they're in the safest possible places, but still sketches me out. I mean, it still sketches me out downstairs. When I built the stand for the corner tank, I built it into the studs with lag bolts and 2x6s. Just because I wanted it in the strongest possible spot, and I mean, it's pushing down on every strongest point in that corner, so I'm happy with that. For the 150, I might have to put in a couple of fucking columns and maybe a beam to support the weight, just to ease my fucking mind. That's a lot of water to have part of the floor shift and either the tank crack or the stand break, or it just tips the fuck over. Yeah, I'd much rather have it happen on the first floor, because we got an unfinished basement, so it'll just run to the drain in the basement. But if it goes up here, it's gonna get everything on the first floor fucking soaked. I'd love to have concrete floors in a finished basement. I would have them all in there, but unfortunately, like I said, this house is old, so I have to I have to walk hunched over in the basement. It was built when people were a lot shorter than me on average. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's harder on the second floor to reinforce them. Especially in my situation, because I wouldn't be able to put fucking, steel columns in the middle of the living room. Yeah, that's this house, bro. Most of the studs in the original part, because the kitchen is an addition. But most of the studs in the original part are hand hewn lumber, and they're nominal lumber, which means they're actual fucking 2 by 4 inches. Um, most of them. Some of them were replaced or added to with more modern lumber. But yeah, the beams are all hand hewn. Some of them in the basement still have the live edge from the tree on them. They just have flat spots on the top and bottom. So they just cut 2 sides off and fucking, uh, work the ends to make them fit into a, square framing. And the shit that was hanging loose over the fucking, the airspace was just still a log with just 2 flats cut on it. But yeah, this is an old fucking house. I think the original deed was 18 fucking 60s or 1870s. I can't remember. It used to be a brickworker's house. These people that used to work the brickyards around here. So digging in the yard really sucks because there's shitloads of broken bricks all over the fucking place. But I think this whole neighborhood was basically just for, it was a little hamlet. There used to be a little general store. I don't know, I think that closed down like 50 or 60 years ago. But it was just a little hamlet. It had a post office, a little general store, a school, had 2 churches. One of them burnt down. Someone set it on fire a few years ago. Yeah, probably not, BB. Yeah, mine mine looks like a dungeon. Yeah, you could definitely use it as a haunted attraction if it was bigger. Yeah, we had a weird little crawl space like that. And I used to dig around in there because I thought somebody must have put something in there. But yeah, I never found anything. I got really dirty. Got yelled at for tracking that dusty old fucking basement dirt all around. Oh yeah, that is fucking cool, Captain. My girlfriend has been bitching because we haven't seen many monarchs around here the last few years. Yeah, we had a when I where I lived when I was in junior high school and high school uh, was an old carriage house, and that basement was stone and old mortar, dirt floor, uh, everything mechanical set up on cinder blocks or on somebody poured a pad at some point, a cement pad. But it was a dirt floor, and it would flood too if the sump pump wasn't fucking plugged in. And yeah, one time it was like knee deep fucking water, and you had to walk all the way on the other side of the basement to plug in the fucking sump pump. And yeah, there would be sticks floating, and it looked like a medieval dungeon. One light for the whole thing, and the backside where the sump pump was dark. And I think it was about 5 feet from the floor to the underside of the beams. Oh, East Coast Ghost, I worked on a fucking modular home, and they use finger groove studs. Like the studs aren't even one solid piece of wood. Finger joint fucking trim sucks. It's weak because it's got a bunch of joints. It's just a bunch of small pieces with a bunch of finger joints where they lock together, and they got them for studs. And the guy's trying to tell me, oh, well, once the plywood's, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, you have to come and make sure you nail every piece of wood with 2 nails for that to matter to me. Because if you hit that thing with a car, your wall's buckling and that whole house is going to fall right the fuck down. It's crazy as shit. I don't like using finger jointed trim. Just because sometimes, like, if it gets wet, the whatever adhesive doesn't hold and the wood swells and contracts when it gets wet and dries. And I've picked up a piece that has gotten wet and it broke. Oh, thanks, Mills Kennels. I think I got lucky with him. I was kind of worried he was going to not have so much orange, but I think he's got about the perfect amount. Yeah, we had the hole. We had like a plastic fucking barrel stuck down in there with a bunch of holes drilled in it for the water to seep in. I probably have pissed in it a few times, dude. You had to have to sit down there and watch the basement empty, and I was a tall kid. So, yeah. Probably. I don't really remember any specific time peeing in it, but... Yeah, thanks. Just a pet smart fish, man. And I kind of spoil him a little bit, but... Yeah, I've worked in new construction, Craig, where the laborers were coming in the house. Well, into the basement. The house was framed. It wasn't finished yet. We were putting in doors and windows, and then we went to build the stairs from the basement up to the second floor. And we went in the basement to start the stairs, and there was an overwhelming smell of old stale piss. And over in one corner, all the laborers were coming down and taking shits in a box because they didn't want to shit in the dirty porta potty. So they got an old nail box and put it in the corner. They were shitting in there and pissing in it too. It smelled so fucking bad. We made those guys come down and clean that shit the fuck out. The smell was still there. I don't know how the fucking property owner, the guy that hired us to build the house, got rid of it, but it was fucked up. Yeah, I wish they did use a bucket. They used the fucking cardboard box. But yeah, on a construction site, most people just don't care, and most people don't go take a shit in the basement either. But I mean, this was in a development. There were houses that were finished that people were still putting the finishing touches on. You could have run over to one of those and used the bathroom. But they didn't. Yeah. Anything that can leak, man. I mean, god damn it. I remember we were tiling an addition. It was basically like an efficiency apartment or a small 1-bedroom. It was just one big open space with a kitchen and living room area, and then a bedroom with a big master bathroom, and then they had another smaller bathroom with just the actually they did have a second full bathroom just in case he had guests, but it was for a father, the lady's father, and they weren't home, and there was no usable bathroom yet because we weren't done. We were going to set the toilet and put the vanities and shit in after we tiled it. And so my boss got there, and we had Taco Bell for lunch, and we're doing this job at night, so it's hitting him around 7 o'clock, and he had to go to the bathroom. So he took an empty sheetrock compound lid, cut a hole in it, made it a toilet, and took it into the closet and went to the bathroom in that. And then he just took the lid off and put another lid, a solid one, on there and put it back with all the rest of the fucking empty buckets these guys saved because they were going to use them for other shit, which is what we usually do. We try to take as many of them as possible, except that job. We didn't take one of them off of that job. But, yeah, he just stuck it in there. And we happened to be there the next day when they had their helper cleaning them out. And, dude, when that guy started gagging, that poor fucking kid, and just running away from that, I couldn't help but to laugh. So I got the blame for shitting in the bucket. And I'm like, dude, that wasn't me, man. I ain't pointing no fingers, but I'm just going to tell you that wasn't me. But yeah. Guess if you gotta go, anything can be a shitter, man. Yeah, I would be fucking mad too. I'm like, dude, common decency, you should just take the fucking bucket and we should just throw it somewhere and take it to the dump, you know, throw it in the junk pile out here and bury it with some tile scraps so no one uses it. Like, he's like, no, it'll be funny, man. I'm like, that ain't fucking funny, dude. If I knew it was you, I would probably break your fucking legs. It's definitely better to be pissed off than pissed on, BB. But if you're the dude that pisses on somebody, you better be prepared for them to be pissed off, and you better run really fucking fast. We were kids, me and my cousin were out behind the garage taking a leak, and he thought it would be funny to just turn right quick and piss on my leg. It's summertime, so it's bare skin. I had shorts on. And he's a couple years younger than me, so he pulled his pants, his shorts down a little further. And when he pissed on me, I looked and seen it and instantly went to grab him, so he started running, and within 3 steps, his pants fell down around his ankles and he tripped. So I caught him and beat him up anyway. But yeah, he was a bastard. God damn, I'm surprised he survived our childhood. Yeah, you definitely have to be careful on the boat with the pee bucket, for sure. You definitely don't want to trip and spill it in the boat. I remember being on the boat, and my boss's stepson was like 4 years old, and he told the kids, if you have to go to the bathroom, you could just pee in the water. Let me know. You could jump off the boat. Well, the kid didn't hear pee in the water. He just heard if you have to go to the bathroom, you can jump off the boat. So 4-year-old jumps out of the boat, and he's got his life vest on, and he's wiggling around. I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is he doing? And next thing you know, a couple of fucking turds float up from behind him, and he wiggles around a little bit more and swims back to the boat, and I'm like, holy fuck, dude, you just shit in the lake. Like, dude, he didn't mean that. It's like, we have a thing for that on the boat. If you have to do that, we could put the You know, we had like fucking like huge body towels, so we'd throw them over the windshield of the boat and make a little tent if you had to go to the bathroom. But Jesus Christ, yeah. People frown when you stand back a foot or two too. They're like, what the fuck are you standing? Hey man, like you're splashing piss all over your hands and balls and everything else. Yeah, it looked more like a baby Ruth though, Craig. I remember being a kid at the public pool, somebody fucking did that too. I stopped going to that particular public pool and went to the one fucking on the other side of town. It was further away, but fuck that. Never seen a shit floating in that pool. Yeah, except it's a turd floating on the surface instead of a shark, BB. Yeah, it's always nice just for the convenience. I mean, it definitely beats having to beach the boat or jump off somewhere and run into the woods or use a public bathroom if you go back to the marina or potentially shit in your shorts. That's never a fucking good option. Yeah, the backsplash, man. Fuck that. Well, it's probably one of those things where it's like, that's good enough. Like, what the fuck, man? Europe has a whole bidet, and we get urinals that splash piss back on us. Yeah, yeah. And then there's circumstances like that, Captain, where it just ain't a fucking option. Yeah, it's only in public bathrooms. I mean, I don't have a urinal at home, but yeah, there's got to be a fucking better design. Yeah, yeah. When he'd turn and talk to him. He pissed on his whole. I think he got his leg too, but yeah, definitely the foot. Yeah, I mean, there probably is, but yeah, no, you don't want to find one that you that was there since last fishing trip. Or yeah, no. I had a cousin that would pee in bottles when he was playing video games for hours and hours and hours. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Like, there's like 3 fucking 2-liter bottles full of piss over there. Like, what the fuck is that? It's like, oh, well, I didn't want to get up and go to the bathroom. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Well, it's online, you can't pause it. Oh, dude, come on, man. Jesus Christ. If you're going to piss in the bottle, at least take it out when you're done. Like, Jesus, man. Ugh. Yeah, yeah. I've luckily never had to fucking run into none of that. I've seen a few, like, busted open out at the edge of the parking lot where they just threw them out the fucking window. But, yeah, that's fucking gross. Next time you're driving down an interstate and you see, like, a fucking gallon jug just sitting in the weeds on the side of the road, that's probably what it is. Yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't doubt they throw them out at fucking asshole drivers. I mean, it's right there. Especially if you got one that needs to be fucking thrown away. And a milk jug hitting a windshield at fucking 70 miles an hour is going to splatter like nobody's business. It's going to be like a fucking water balloon. You probably hit 3 cars with this spray from that. Yeah, just make sure your fucking arm is out the window with it and you don't swing wide from the inside and end up hitting the fucking door and getting it all over yourself. There's There's definitely a technique, I'm sure. Oh yeah, yeah. That's how that's how people make other people follow them to wherever they're going or their next stop and then fucking shoot them. Like some shit people just don't fucking tolerate at all. That'd be one of them for me too. Yeah, I gotta try to avoid shit I don't know if it's just the concentration of people in general, but there seem to be a lot of stupid motherfuckers driving around my town. So road rage is like fucking insane. I get so fucking mad. Trisha, what's up? Thanks for coming in. Like, I gotta get really fucking stoned, and then I gotta play like real mellow music uh, when I'm driving to the fucking grocery store. Yeah, I'm trying to change it to something else, BB. We started talking about road rage. We'll steer it away from urinary discussions. If we can. Sometimes it's not possible. You know, our fourth grader mind takes over and we can't change the topic. Jesus Christ, Craig. Yeah, I bet she was. I seen I saw somebody flick a cigarette out the back window and they flicked it forward and the wind caught it and it blew back in the fucking front window, the passenger side, and it went between the passenger's back and the leather seats. And this was in like a fucking 78 Lincoln. It had thick leather seats. It wasn't doing shit to the seat, but after a minute, I could smell the shirt burning. And the dude that was sitting in the passenger seat, all of a sudden, and he's a big dude, he started like yelling really high pitched, fucking screaming. And when he leaned forward, it rolled down to the crack of his ass and stuck there. So he got it eventually. But yeah, he had a couple of blisters, a hole in his fucking shirt. Oh, badass. Hell yeah, Craig. But yeah, that guy got fucking pissed. The driver was just happy it didn't fuck up his seat. But it was funny watching this big fucking 300-pound dude hopping around, hollering. Yeah, you can't. You gotta spit straight up, or you gotta spit straight to one side or the other. You gotta spit with force because it'll hit you. Yeah, I fucking in the back of a pickup truck. Fucking two of my friends. One kid spit and it hit the other kid, and they ended up fighting all the way to wherever the fuck we were going. But it was some party in the woods somewhere. But yeah, it was a shitty night because those two were at each other's throats the whole fucking time. But yeah, they ended up fist fighting in the fucking back of the pickup truck. Damn, dude, I wish I had a fucking sunroom. I'd put all my houseplants in there that weren't in the fish tanks. Oh, Jesus Christ, Trisha. Well, I've never met anyone else who got pissed on by a rhinoceros. Yeah, I can imagine it was fucking terrible as hell. Jesus Christ. Hubby's an optimist anyway, huh? At least when it's you. It's definitely a great story. I had a big dog that pissed on my stepfather's leg. I thought it was the funniest fucking thing. He came over to my house for, I don't know, something we were barbecuing or something, but yeah, he got mad. So like 2 months go by and I bring him over to his house, my mother's house, and I'm there with my dog, and we're all standing around talking, and my stepfather's there, and my dog lifts his fucking leg and pisses right on my leg. Right down into my sock and shoe, like, you motherfucker. So, my father-in-law liked the dog more after, he pissed on my leg than he did after he pissed on his leg. Fucking bastard. I didn't think it was funny that time, though, either. I don't know. I know hippos make a little propeller out of their tail and spread it like they broadcast their shit when they go. Yeah, I wouldn't want to wash those either, Trisha. Fuck that. Yo, R&D, what's up, bud? Thanks for stopping on by. Yeah. Yeah, I keep a tarp in the truck, too, just in case of something. I wasn't ever thinking about being pissed on by a rhinoceros, but that's one thing to add to the checklist. Just in case. What's the tarp for? Just in case. Might get peed on by a rhino today, you never know. Yeah. Yeah. Probably, Craig. Ugh. Fucking keep a tarp and some fucking a roll of heavy duty plastic just in case the tarp ain't enough. Yeah, I keep one behind the back seat. I think it's an 8x10, so I could fold it, cover the back seat. Yeah, that's smart. My uncle uses moving blankets. The older he gets, the more he puts in the truck. He's got to kneel down. He's going to have like 3 of them folded up under him first. Yo, Munchichi! Yeah, paper towels are in there too, buddy. Hell yeah. I learned that, before I could drive. My uncle and his brother-in-law both had 4-wheel drive trucks they would take up through the old fucking fire roads on the mountain. And, yeah, there ain't nowhere to go but in the bushes, so 2 rolls of paper towels were always in the truck. Yeah. Yep. I used to keep my worn out pair, and then when I bought a new one, the old worn out pair would go in the garbage, and then I would have the most recent one. But yeah, I did tile work, so I needed a good pair of comfy knee pads. Yeah, well, next time I get another new pair, I'll have to do that. They have some really badass knee pads that you never have to replace anything but the pad in the knee. But they're like 175 bucks a pair. They look more like uh, apocalyptic catchers shin guards than you know tile guy knee pads, but they're badass. They protect your shin, the top of your foot. No, no, that stuff like if you do, well, I would have got them because I did 5% of my work was tile, and the other fucking 5 was painting, like in the wintertime. But yeah, like tiling showers with the tile curb in the shower, you bash your fucking shins all the time. These things stop that from happening. They're nice. I never did buy a pair though. Yeah, I think that's the brand we keep around, even in the house. But yeah, that's a nice soft consistency, Monchichi. Definitely good for having in the truck. I never liked painting. Um, I was really pretty good at it, but I didn't like it. I only got good at it so I wouldn't have to fucking do touch-ups. But yeah, sometimes painting was cool. Sometimes it was like, Jesus Christ, I just want this to be done. Like I painted the outside of this fucking barn. It was 75 feet long and 40 feet wide and 2 stories. And um, it was a flat white paint on the siding and a high gloss white paint on the trim. Jesus fucking Christ. I hated that job. We went around that barn 3 fucking times hitting spots that we couldn't see. Because on an overcast day, all the fuck ups would be really visible. So we would wait for an overcast day and go around and mark all our fuck ups, and then the next next day or whatever, fix the fuck ups. But God, it sucked so bad. White on white is fucking maddening. Yeah, and if you fucking didn't wash the brush enough, or you grabbed one that had the gloss on it and started painting in the middle of the wall, fuck that. Yeah, Monchichi, they cover your knee, and then they have like an aluminum like I-beam with a padding that goes against your shin that goes right down to the top of your foot, and then it's got like a little plastic thing on the top of the foot, just like a catcher's shin guards. You got to send the company your measurements or find a dealer and have them measure you, because they like kind of custom fit them. They might have like a uh, small, medium, large type thing nowadays, but when I first heard about them, they were still fairly new. And you had to send them measurements, and they would send you a pair that would fit you, like, because they're built for you. Yeah, yeah. Because it's a good job to get lost in. It's just a bunch of repetition. You just gotta pay attention to uh, cutting in and all that shit. But it, yeah, we we had this guy. We had to paint the. It's the same barn actually. It was the inside. The first floor was like a garage and like just like a big tool shed. You could park the tractor and the other like the golf cart and whatever other uh, yard implements they had. And then there's like a workshop, and then they had a bathroom, and then the upstairs was a fitness room with a big fucking beautiful pool table. But downstairs it was tongue and groove, fucking just fur, and he wanted it like whitewashed, like pickled. And so it's you see the wood grain, and it it it, it looks like white stain. But we tried to. He wanted it all done by brush. He wanted to see brush strokes. He liked the old rustic feel, and that's why he bought this property. The house on it was probably 200 years old. He only modified the. Oh, it was beautiful, Munchichi. I wish he let me take pictures. He let my boss have pictures for his portfolio, but we weren't allowed to take pictures, which is bullshit. Had a nice cupola on top. We fucking wainscoted the inside of that, which was fun as fuck. All open, uh, all post and beam, old school barn shape, New England barn shape. Right on, bro. I'll be here for a little while still. It was a beautiful barn, man, and we got to play on the pool table when the guys set it up. The dude is he's a fucking architect in New York City and a building owner, like high rises and shit. He's rich as fuck, but he calls up and he's like, "Hey, make sure you guys play on that fucking table, and then call me when you're done." He's like, "I don't give a fuck if you take off at lunch and play pool for the rest of the day. I'll pay you for it." He's like, "I just want to make sure the table's nice." Best fucking shooting pool table I've ever played on. It was so nice. 9-foot table. Sitting in this room looked like a bar table, like a 6-foot bar pool table, and then you lean down to shoot and it like stretches out in front of you like a fucking putting green. It was beautiful. The fucking one piece, no, it was a 3-piece slate. Two guys put it together. 4-foot by 9-foot piece of 1-inch thick slate is really fucking crazy for one pair of dudes. But yeah, they bring it, they epoxy it all together and put it on the frame and shit. But they built it in like 4 hours, had it finished. They let us know when we could play on it, which was literally like 2 hours after they left. And that was about fucking when we decided we would cut out and fucking spend the last 3 hours of our day shooting pool. But it was nice. You touched the cue ball and it went right to the other end and hit the bumper and came halfway back with minimal effort. It was such a nice shooting table. And all the sticks that were one piece, really nice one piece sticks, but it was just fucking beautiful. I don't even know how often the guy played. He said he got it because he wanted to learn how to play, but holy shit, it was a nice table. I didn't even ask how much it cost because it was probably like $30,000 or $40,000 pool table. But yeah, this place was badass, and we tried to get away with spraying the boards for the inside downstairs and then running over it with a brush. and he fucking knew. And we found out after the job was over that he knew, because as soon as we built the fucking thing and closed it in with doors and windows, he had security cameras put in. He was watching us fucking do it. I'm like, son of a bitch. He's like, yeah, my eye's good, but it's not that good. uh, yeah, I haven't probably played pool in at least 10 years. I got sticks. I used to be on the pool league, but yeah, I haven't shot pool in at least 10 years. Yeah, we didn't have one, but I had friends, and a lot of those guys had pool tables. Or their dad let them clear off his old one in the garage or the basement. Yeah, yeah. Tearing the felt is sacrilege. Like, I've seen people start fights over fucking leaning on the bumpers too much or putting a drink on the table, which I could see getting pissed at that. It only takes one time. You don't need a sticky felt. Well, that's bullshit, Munchichi. He's been doing that to me too for some reason the last couple of days. Um, Not letting certain shit I type, I reword it with the same words and use a couple of different ones, maybe add to it, and they let me go through. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, I remember my brothers got a table for free from somebody. It was a nice one. It was from the fucking 70s probably. But they set it up outside. It was tan felt, which I wasn't a fan of, but it was like a white pool table. I'm not sure. I don't remember the name of the company that made it. But it was a decent table. They set it up outside. It got all fucked up. But my brother used to like tapping the fucking ball hard on the slate. Like when he's got ball in hand or something on a scratch. And he tried doing that shit on somebody who gives a shit about their table. And that guy told him he can't come back if he's going to keep doing that shit. Yeah, yeah, like I fucking learned on equipment that wasn't cared for really. So yeah, it was tough when I got a fucking actual stick, a straight stick. But I met a guy at the bar on the pool league who makes his own, and he's got a couple that are really fucking crooked. The only part that's straight is the last 18 inches to the tip, and he can adjust his English and shit with how he turns it, with the angle of the stick. Me or you probably couldn't even shoot with the fucking thing, but he's got a couple that he's made. Some are all one solid piece of wood. Some he used a tip he got off an old stick, and just made a new fat end for it. But yeah, he had a few of them. It was pretty cool. He played really good with the solid one piece, the more crooked one. No, no, you could easily spend $1,000 and more on a fucking pool stick. Shit, buddy of mine spent like fucking $1,300, I think, on a pool stick and a bag. They didn't make him shoot any better. He still had to practice. Yeah, well, when the stick is really crooked, I mean, it was really, it looked like a fucking wizard's staff. The end was literally shaped like that root there. It, it actually had a flat spot here, like 6 inches, and then it went up into something like that, and then straight to the end with a tip. And yeah, he would adjust his uh, his English with turning the fucking thing, and where he held it along the stick. Yeah, me neither. The first one I bought, I think, was like $60 with a bag. I wasn't spending a whole lot of fucking money, man. I just wanted to make sure I had a straight stick that was a decent weight. And you can adjust the diameter of the tip, so you could get one that's not such a big fat bulky tip like the bar sticks. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about sitting on the porch in the rocking chair. I got a fish tank and a stand out there in the way. I can't even get to the rocking chair. Back in my day is right. I stop myself when I start saying that shit to my kid because I'm like, fuck, man. I'm starting to sound like my dad now. Back in my day, although I grew up in a much less judgmental day than my dad, so it ain't quite the same, but yeah, you gotta have the double barrel 12 gauge. That thunk when the fucker closes is almost as recognizable as the racking of the pump, and much more old school cool. Damn, fuck that. That's what my grandfather always had, was the 12 gauge double barrel. My buddy had it wasn't quite sawed off, Captain. It was still legal. It was like an 18 and a half or 19-inch barrel, but it was uh, an old school uh, coach gun. It had the double hammers, the exposed hammers, so you could cock one and the other back. It was a cool fucking shotgun. He ended up trading it and fucking to his cousin or selling it, and it just ended up trading too many hands to keep track of. I wanted to get a hold of that fucker so bad. It was so much fun to shoot. My uncle had a pump action with a short barrel like that. That was a lot of fun to shoot. You wanted to make sure it was snugged up against your shoulder when you shot a slug out of that bitch, because it would fuck you up if it didn't. If you didn't leave a nice big welt. Yeah, when I was old enough to go to the bar, you could still smoke. It wasn't much longer than that. After maybe 5 years later, my mid 20s, they banned that shit. Oh, that's badass, Monchichi. You've got an actual old school double barrel. Yeah, yeah, you could still smoke at McDonald's. Uh, in my young adulthood, anyway. But yeah, I remember people smoking in the grocery store, smoking when they went in to pay for their gas. When I moved to North Carolina in like 2001 or 2002, I can't remember now which year, but you could still do that there. Like you could walk around smoking while you grocery shop. There was ashtrays at the end of the aisles and shit. Shit, I remember going to the store with fucking $5 and coming home with fucking a couple lottery tickets and smokes for my mother and her change. Shit, I bought them long before I smoked them. But yeah, I think I remember they were like 75 cents or $1 when I was a kid. I remember everybody bitching it was $1.25 when it went up to $1.25. Yeah, it's crazy. Pack of cigarettes now. Most were 2 and 5/8 instead of the shells for that double barrel Munchichi. Chat froze again. I would like to take a moment and wholeheartedly agree with you. All right, Captain. Catch you later. Thanks for coming in. It's always good to see you. What are you doing in there, old girl? Yeah, Jesus Christ. Fuck's sakes. Yeah, that shit's ridiculous, Munchichi. Really, Bella? I'm not sure where you were, bud. uh, I think he did, BB. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, Bella? Why are you walking around aimlessly? Ah, there you go. Yeah, it's weird though. I've noticed too, like words like shoot, other different shit, like anything that might be taken violent as violence or talking about violence is like heavily fucking monitored. It seems like. Like I've made a comment about how I would beat somebody the fuck up for whatever the hell they did, and yeah. Yeah, pretty much, Monchichi. It says something went wrong. Your comment could not be fucking something. And then I word it differently, and it goes right up. What are you doing, girl? What you gonna lay down? Dog can't make up her mind. You know what? I'll just clean that shit out too while I'm standing here. Wow, you didn't need a lot. I got you good that time, huh, Monchichi? Come on. You need help getting under the blanket? Or you don't know what you want to do? Oh, nice. I'll have to check that out. I'm sure my kid's probably tried it if he's seen it already. He's a fucking Reese's peanut butter cup freak. That's the one thing he's always loved since he was a little kid. His taste in cereal, All that other shit has changed, but Reese's Peanut Butter Cups is still his favorite candy. Yeah, they probably do. But yeah, Oreo peanut butter cup don't sound bad. Do you need to go downstairs again, Bella? Alright, I'll be right back. I don't know, BB. It's two of my favorite things, especially together. I said she seems restless. All right. Yeah, I saw that, Craig. I want to try those cookies too. Yeah, man, people like seeing what things, if they're good, if they're as good as they sound, or if it ain't worth giving a shot. But yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, no doubt, bro. No doubt. I mean, you try like shit that's available to everybody, and then other shit that maybe not everybody can get, but if they see it, they're gonna try it now. All right, Monchichi, have fun with the dogs, buddy. Hopefully they're not a pain in the ass for you. fucking Walmart used to sell a coffee fucking ice cream sandwich, chocolate cookie with coffee ice cream in between. Those things were fucking awesome. They had them for like 3 years, and I haven't been able to find them for the last 3 years. I don't know why they stopped making them. It was hard to fucking get a box. People fucking realized they were good and bought the shit out of those things. I don't know why, but I haven't found them in like 3 years. Yeah, Trisha, they're fucking amazing. I had to buy 2 boxes at a time because I would fucking be tempted to eat all 6 in one box by myself. They're fucking good. Yeah, I haven't seen them here in, like I said, like at least 3 years now. I get pissed every summer when they put the new shit out. I go back and look, and I haven't seen them. Nice, they actually don't sound bad. Yeah, I was buying them all the fucking time, BB, when they had them. Whenever I seen a box or two in the cooler, I would grab it. Yeah, I love coffee ice cream. Shit, I made those chocolate fucking espresso cookies because I like I like coffee. Basically chocolate chip cookies with espresso in it, like instant espresso. Those things were fucking awesome. I like pistachio ice cream, but it's getting hard to find real pistachio ice cream that has pistachios in it. Like it'll have pistachio flavoring and like almonds or crushed walnuts or something in it. Like, god damn it, I want old fucking school pistachio ice cream with pistachios in it. Yeah, those things are so fucking good. Chocolate covered espresso beans are some of my favorite things ever. I didn't think I would like them, but the chocolate on the outside makes so much of the difference. Yeah, BB, that's pretty much the reason I bought a blender, so I could make coffee milkshakes at home. Well, any kind, but yeah. And then my mother-in-law had to bring her fucking Ninja blender. That thing is the best milkshake maker I've ever used. Oh yeah, hell yeah, Craig, that is good shit. I've gotten that before. Yeah, fuck yeah. But yeah, pistachio is probably my all-time favorite ice cream too. What the fuck did we get pistachios for? I forget what we had to buy pistachios for. Some recipe that Alley Cat was making. But yeah, she seen the price of them and she almost didn't make that shit. Hell yeah, man. I mean, milkshakes are expensive these days, and they're not that big for what you pay for. Like, you could have a whole half-gallon size fucking milkshake if you want. And you just gotta buy the ice cream, man, and the milk. Yeah, man. Yeah. Shit, we haven't been to the ice cream place in a couple years, but it was like $5 or $6 a milkshake like 3 years ago. And then like small for the price. Like, what the fuck, man? It is. I'd rather just buy it, and then you could, make it however you want to. You could add shit to it, and it ain't extra cost. Yeah. Yes. See, that's another thing I'd like to get is a fucking ice cream maker. I mean, it's pretty easy to make your own without one, but I think you could just make more at once if you have one. And I know uh, there's an attachment for KitchenAid mixers, and my girlfriend's got a big ass fucking KitchenAid mixer. She would not mind having a few more attachments to, I'm sure. But yeah, the ice cream maker is the one I want to get. Fish, don't look at me like you're hungry. I just cleaned out all the shit you didn't eat, dude. Oh, you're gonna bite the plant if I don't give you food? Are you fucking trying to bribe me or something? Because I know he does pull this thing around the tank sometimes. It's not attached to anything. But yeah, she likes shit to do with the KitchenAid, especially because any excuse to use that fucking behemoth. Can you grab the KitchenAid off the shelf, motherfucker? Yeah, let us know he's a little bit irate, Trisha. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, my stepson worked at Starbucks right before he went to college for a little while. He worked at Dunkin' for a while too, and he wouldn't recommend working at either place. He said, but uh, Starbucks is one of the biggest fucking rip-offs that he's ever even fucking seen. It's like bad. The only thing I liked about the only thing he liked too was they gave him every week you could bring home or maybe it was once a month. I think it was once a month. You could bring home a pound or 5 pounds of beans or ground coffee, and he would always bring like some really fucking good espressos. Like he brought one that was from Ethiopia that is probably the best coffee I ever drank, but they wanted like fucking $25 for that bag of coffee. My Cafe Bustelo is just about as good, and I could afford to buy that. Yeah, our speedways were supposed to become fucking 7-Elevens, and the only thing 7-Eleven I've seen is like uh, cups or t-shirts they try to sell there. Everything else is still Speedway. Cumberland Farms used to be the place I went for decent coffee for cheap. I think Cumberland's does free coffee on Friday in October, I think it is. I don't know if they still do. They used to, any size you wanted. But I would go get the darkest roast they had, and then put two of those little turbo shots they have in. But I liked Cumberland Farms coffee. Hey, Queen of the Underground. What's up, sweetie? Thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you. Fucker, couldn't get it. But yeah, we want something to eat. Let me pick out a few whole, bigger mealworms. Yeah, shit. Craig, you could give him my phone number if you wanted to. I would meet up with Jim. Fuck, he came in alive one time, I believe. It was fucking awesome. Yeah, he lives a lot closer. Yeah, Jim is good shit. I like Jim. Fuck you, alarm. No, it was just the alarm I set, so I know it's 9:05, but I gotta go pick up my girlfriend in about 25 minutes. I don't know. I couldn't come up with a cool YouTube handle that wasn't already taken. After the sixth try, I stopped. There's Jim, Trisha. Yo, Jim, what's up, brother? Yeah, that's one of them. That's my Oscar. Oh, shit. Fuck, shit. My Oscar tank. That's the newest one. That's the oldest, well, the oldest one that still has fish in it. The 40 gallon. And there's one more downstairs. Where did that go? Alright, let me put this right here for now. Alright. Yeah, it always happens eventually. My phone was on like 15%, like, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, so I plugged it in and I had to jerry rig another way to stand it up. So instead of one uh, fish food can, I used two, so the slot would let the cord be there. Yeah, one of the first ones, I dropped it right in the fucking fish tank, Craig. It fell off of the little shelf I got it on now, and I went to catch it, and it went right into the fucking fish tank, the 40-gallon down there. Yeah, it survived. I was fucking happy. It even like the little fucking flap for the case broke. The rubbers just wore out. So the waterproof for the charger port is non-existent, and I did have to charge it with a cordless. Uh, yeah, if you want, Jim, you could he could give you my number if you're ever up this way or if I'm ever down that way. Yeah, he started. Somebody in Mr. Perfect's chat asked if anyone remembered him being a scumbag and talking shit on Craig, and I'm like, I remember that, and fucking, he's like, oh, you don't even know. I'm like, dude, fuck off, bro. I know enough. I've seen enough of you. I I got a pretty good radar for fucking assholes. Yeah. Jesus, that guy, man. Yeah, yeah. Just to be contradictory and be a scumbag, and then claim that douchebaggery is all a facade. You know, it's a gimmick. Like, unless you're getting paid to be a piece of shit, decent people generally don't just go around pretending to be a piece of shit. Yeah, he's just a piece of shit. He's he's pretty much lucky that adults don't handle shit like kids in high school, because most people that he meets, I'm sure, would fucking take the assault charge with a smile. I would. And he ain't never done nothing to me personally, but just because I don't like the type of person he is. But yeah, I can tell that it wouldn't be 5 minutes in a room with that dude before I got upset. Need Jesus, I'd love to arrange the meeting. I don't know. I think if he found Jesus, he would just be one of them piece of shit fucking Bible thumpers. Yeah, you know. I mean, if you're an actor in Hollywood and you're not really a piece of shit, but you made your fortune playing a piece of shit, you got paid good to play a piece of shit while being, a decent person in real life. He ain't making money doing that shit. Yeah, happily. I probably feel like punching a fucking water balloon. Squishy. All right, I'll be right back. Yep. Definitely a fucking clown show over there, man. Guys fucking... I don't even know. Are you just gonna fucking wander aimlessly again, Bella? Yeah, yeah. Fucking rancid cottage cheese filled garbage bag. Ugh. All right, Jim. We'll be here at least for a little while anyway. Another half hour or so. Oh well. Ugh. Chubba the Gut is a good one. You fucker. Fella, what are you doing? No, I don't think I have seen that, Jim. I tend not to watch too many series. My girlfriend fucking will start one together and she'll have some downtime in the day and watch an episode or two. And then we'll go to watch one later and she'll be like, oh, you wait till you see what happens. And I just can't. Oh, that poor bastard. But I did recently watch the fucking, shit, there's another one my cousin was telling me about. I started watching that. Shameless. So I'll look for Animal Kingdom. He must be a much smoother talker than me.
am.
I remember fucking seeing commercials for the show, so I'm familiar with the name of the show. Yeah, see, that's what I gotta do. Like, if I start watching it with my girlfriend, like I said, she'll get downtime and she'll get an episode or two ahead of me. And if she doesn't do it right off the bat, it'll be after like 2 or 3 episodes. And she'll get a day where it's kind of slow at the hospital and she can sit there and watch an episode and then parts of another one throughout the rest of the day, off and on. So she'll get two ahead of me. And then she can't help it. She'll be like, "Oh, wait till you see what happens." Oh, what? And it's not that she's giving shit away, but it's like she's taking the anticipation of any fucking suspense out. It's like, come on, man. You don't see how that's fucking shit up? But yeah, there's a few shows that I was going to start watching with her that I'm like, you know what? Fuck that. It's just not enjoyable after a couple episodes. And I do it too. If I've seen something and she hasn't, I catch myself doing it and I got to try to stop myself. But I know it annoys me. It probably annoys her too. But I try to at least limit it. Yeah, see, that's what I got to do. I did that with Peaky Blinders on Netflix. Shameless. Trailer Park Boys, I started watching that by myself, but she heard me laughing and was like, "Well, what are you watching? We'll watch that." So I had to start it over and we started watching it together. But that was the only one that we did actually watch together. Everything else she was so it was generally something she would pick, but a few of them I was interested in I didn't even mention. Just because it just gets annoying. And it's like, well, you could watch it, but you watch it and I'll watch it, and then when we're both done, we'll talk about it. What does suck too is we started watching a show called Wheel of Time based on books I've read, and like I started watching it and I was like, I couldn't get into the series, and she wasn't interested, so that didn't work out either. But I got to go back and start over because the books were really good and the series is supposed to be really good, but I think they ended production before they finished the story anyway, so Hell yeah. Always a good time for an attitude adjustment. Yeah, I'm watching the time, bro. I got a few more minutes before I absolutely have to leave. So by 20 of, I mean, I it, it's 10 minutes away, but I like to get there and make sure I'm there. But sometimes people don't come in and she can't clock out if no one else is there, so she has to wait. I know, bro. I appreciate it. I do need the reminder sometimes. Yeah, I'm sure she's checked in a few times. She hasn't said anything, but she's watched most of the live streams. I mean, she has a couple times commented, but my mother-in-law is always talking about how she's wanted to interact on live streams with people that, channels that she watches. I said, if you want to practice, you could come here. Nobody's assholes here. All right, Hunter. Good seeing you too, buddy. Have a good night. But I told her there's all good people in here if she wants to come practice chatting in a live stream. And shit moves at a decent pace. It's not rolling 100 miles an hour. Yeah, my mother-in-law is really cool too, so it'll be just a fairly easygoing fucking environment for her to chat away and shit talk me. But I told her I never say no bad shit about her because I don't have no bad shit to say about her. I said everybody here will love her, so she's cool. Yeah, I like to tell her when Allison's home that it's never too late to start beating her kids. Nice. Yeah, if I could get her to go south. She don't like the heat neither, but yeah, she's been talking about going somewhere at some point, so we'll see. I would love to come see you, bro. Shit. Try to catch me a fucking iguana and sneak it back in a bag, and hopefully Allie don't find it till we get home. Yeah, just one. I'm not on a large scale or nothing. I just want one. I mean, if I could catch a fucking baby tegu, I'll take one of those instead. I'm not picky. Allie would have a fucking fit. Oh, it's probably fucking... It's probably something nuts. It's probably a crazy fine for the first time, Jim. Florida Fish and Wildlife don't fuck around usually. And then you're trying to go over state lines, multiple state lines with an invasive species with no fucking paperwork at all. Yeah, I don't know what that would be. I'd probably rather fucking be caught with cocaine instead. I mean, even turtles, bro. Like, you can't move a turtle. Like, there are certain regulations you're supposed to follow with if you get a turtle from another state. But I mean, I would have a field day. You're not supposed to, if you catch something invasive, you're supposed to kill it, I think, down there. And yeah, at Florida Fish and Wildlife don't fuck around, bro. Like, oh, you fucked up? Let me show you why that's a bad idea around here, boy. Yep. But yeah, man. I mean, all kinds of animals, but reptiles especially. Because a bunch of turtles are invasive, man. They could live anywhere. Like fucking red-eared sliders are all over the world now because people let them loose and they just adapt. You know, they're from the north. You know, they're from North America. The rest of the world ain't shit, really. You know, comparatively, weather-wise. Fuck, not garter snakes, but fucking corn snakes too. In Australia, corn snakes are an invasive species. American corn snakes. But yeah, I would be catching shit and trying to keep it. I'm not trying to kill it. Like, fuck, man, I just fucking caught me a baby iguana or a baby tegu or some other kind of cool ass lizard that ain't supposed to be there, but it's a cool ass lizard or snake. Yeah. Yeah, I might end up getting in a lot of trouble. More so with my significant other. She comes home and opens the luggage and finds like a couple Burmese pythons and fucking different lizards. Oh, I got a chameleon and a fucking couple different geckos. Yeah, you gotta really fuck with one of those to make it bite you, though. You kinda gotta go looking for them. But yeah, if it bites you, it's not gonna be good for you. Yeah, it is. Like, if I could stand the heat and the humidity, I would probably move there. Like, I could keep an Oscar in a fucking pond in the yard, you know? Maybe have to heat it 2 months, 3 months out of the year just to keep the chill off the water. But, fuck, you could keep lizards outside year round. South Florida, anyway. But yeah, it would be bad because I can build stuff. And I like big lizards and snakes and shit. And Allison don't mind as long as they're not intruding on her. Which a big lizard in the house would be a problem. But if I had outdoor space, she probably wouldn't give a fuck. Yeah, they start populating, bro. Like brown bears ain't afraid of much, or black bears rather. They ain't afraid of much, especially when options are limited for food and space. Like I've seen them like literally fucking 5 minutes away from my house. Like they're around. I see them more up on the mountain, about a half an hour from my house, up by Hunter Mountain Ski Resort. But yeah, they're around here too. Luckily, I don't. We've had a bear season for a while now, like 20 or 25 years, maybe longer. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty deep. But yeah, I would be the kid out there trying to catch everything I could with scales. Well, shit, fish too. You could catch Oscars in the fucking canals down there. Different fucking, probably 100 different types of fucking cichlids. Jack Dempsey's, jewel cichlids, jaguar cichlids. It's nuts. It is like Jumanji the more you think about it. That's like when I was in Texas. We were in San Antonio, and I forget where it was. My cousin lives, and I'm talking to him before I went down there, and he goes, "Yeah, man, we'll hook up. You drive halfway, I'll drive halfway. We'll meet up." Well, I was down there for like 3 days to attend my stepson's Air Force graduation. So I get down there and I look up what town he's in, and I'm like, "Bro, it looks like it's just like a few towns away, but it's a 6 hour fucking drive. Halfway is 3 hours, and I don't even know where the fuck I'm going to the motel from here. Like, holy shit, dude." Yeah, dude, just the ones he's posted on his fucking page on YouTube is fucking awesome. But panthers have been sighted around the Catskill Mountains, across the river, over by on the road my uncle lives on. Probably like 15 or maybe 20 years ago, somebody saw a pair in a field about half a mile from his house. A couple of mountain lions. But there have been reports all over from Connecticut, uh, my county, the county directly north and directly south, and fucking east over into Massachusetts. There's no uh, legitimate, like, proven sightings, but there's enough reported sightings for me to believe they're around. Yeah, see, I'd love to have a monitor lizard. Again, Allie don't want nothing like that in the house. I'm lucky I get away with fucking a 5 foot snake. She likes the fish tanks though, so that's a plus. Yeah, deer are nuts, man. Like, I know so many people that fucking hit them on motorcycles, it's not even fucking funny. Like, you got a Harley and you're still running into deer, bro. They got to be thick on the fucking ground. And it depends, really, too. uh, some areas you wouldn't think there's lots of deer, there's way more fucking deer than you ever imagined. I've seen developments that have like a quarter-acre patch of woods on, say, like a 60-acre property, a development, and there's probably 100 deer that live on that quarter-acre woods. You see them coming out of it every fucking morning when you go to work. It's like, holy shit, man. Like, how do so many fit and live, and it's all lawn? Yeah, and it's only going to get worse. Like, people in California got problems with the coyotes out there because of that. And like, I talk to people and I'm like, dude, they ain't like that on the East Coast. At least not in my area. I've been 50 feet away from like 10 coyotes in the woods in the middle of the night, and the only way they knew I was there was when I shined the fucking spotlight on them. It's basically a handheld, you know, little million candle power spotlight flashlight, and I was just hiking, and it got dark, and I sat down and was just camping there tonight, and I heard them. That's the only way I knew they were there. I didn't know what they were. Shine the light, and it was about 10 coyotes. And yeah, I was right off the game trail, man. But they saw me. The last two in line stopped and looked, gave a sniff, and just kept going. They didn't fuck with me. But out in California, like, they'll eat your fucking cat, you know, or your small dog, or they'll lure your fucking golden retriever into the woods, and a couple of them will jump it. Like, they ain't like that out here. They haven't been forced to that yet. I mean, I'm sure it's coming, but it ain't their fault. They just adapt. Well, I gotta head out now, fellas. So, thanks for stopping in. I don't know. I'm gonna try to see if I can't put a notification out first, like a half hour ahead of time. I don't know how that works. So I have to fuck with it. But thanks for stopping in, guys. Bye fuckers.